Thank you all for being here tonight. I know you had other options, staying home, spending time with family, or just relaxing, so I appreciate you choosing to be here. My goal is to make sure this time is worth it for you. The ideas I'm going to share with you tonight are ones I first came across when I was 25. At that point in my life, I really needed some guidance to get myself on the right track. Around that time, something good happened to me. I met a man named Earl Shea. He was a businessman, successful, happy, and clearly doing well in life. A few months after meeting him, he offered me a job and I worked with him for the next 5 years. During that time, he shared ideas that genuinely changed my life. Sadly, he passed away after those 5 years, but I was lucky to have that time with him. The most valuable thing he gave me wasn't the job, it was his way of thinking. His ideas about how to build wealth and live a happy life actually worked. Tonight, I want to pass those ideas on to you. I don't have all the answers, but I have some that made a real difference for me. You paid to be here, so let's make it count. Take what you like, leave what you don't, and see what works for you. Make sure you have something to write with. You'll want to take notes. Tonight is a working session. We're here to go through some real ideas together, so let's get started. I'd like you to write down the theme of tonight's seminar. Every seminar needs a theme, and ours is this. The major key to your better future is you. Write that down. Better yet, put it on a card somewhere you'll see it every morning before your day begins. Just glancing at it daily can quietly remind and guide you. Think of it as a silent seminar running in the background of your mind. Underline 2 words to give it extra weight: major and you. The major key to your better future is you. For over 24 years, people have asked me how to earn an above-average income. My answer is always the same: become an above-average person. Work on an above-average handshake. Work on an above-average smile. Develop above-average excitement, above-average interest in other people, and above-average drive to succeed. That combination changes everything. One of the most frustrating things in life is chasing an above-average job with above-average pay while staying an average person. It simply doesn't work that way. For a long time, I didn't understand this myself. A lot of things confused me back then, like why two people could work at the same company, doing similar work, and one would earn twice as much as the other. Here's the text, rewritten in simpler, more straightforward language while keeping the same meaning. This used to really puzzle me. Two people, same age, same school, same town, same company, same products, same challenges, and yet one earns $1,000 a month, while the other earns $2,000. Everything looks the same, so why are the results so different? My first guess back then was time. Maybe some people do better simply because they have more of it. I used to think, if I had as much free time as Harold, I'd be doing great. That thinking was completely wrong. You can't borrow someone else's time. Someone once told me, If I had a little extra time, I could make a little extra money. I told him to forget it. There is no extra time. Everyone gets the same amount. So if you can't get more time, what can you get more of that actually changes your results? Write this word down. Value. Value makes the difference in results. You can't create more time, but you can create more value. And here's the key question. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and earn twice as much money in the same amount of time? 3 times as valuable, 3 times the income? The answer is yes, but only if. And life is full of ifs. Here's the big one. You can do much better if you go to work primarily on yourself. That's really what tonight is about. Learning to work on yourself. And that leads us to the first lesson of economics. One everyone should learn as soon as they're how do you earn money? Get it, keep it, and use it wisely. It all starts with the first lesson of economics. We get paid for value. That's it. You bring value to the marketplace, and that's what you get paid for, not your time. Yes, it takes time to deliver value, but the paycheck is for the value itself, not the hours. Mr. Shea gave me one of the most important pieces of advice I've ever received right when I first met him. He said, "Jim, if you want to be wealthy and happy for the rest of your life, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job." That one sentence started to change everything for me. When he said it, I immediately understood why I was broke. I was a hard worker, no question about it. If anyone had asked me at 25 whether I worked hard, I would have said absolutely and meant it. But I was working hard on my job and doing almost nothing to work on myself. That was the reason I wasn't moving forward. Life isn't always going to be smooth. Sometimes things flow easily, sometimes they fall apart. That's not new. It's been that way for thousands of years, opportunity mixed with difficulty. That's just how life works, and it's not going to change. So how does your life get better? You get better. That's the only way. Whether I'm talking to teenagers or senior executives, the message is always the same. The only way things improve for you is when you improve. Mr. Shea then shared another key idea with me. He was a kind man, but also very direct. One day I was explaining to him all the reasons things hadn't worked out for me. He stopped me and said he had the answer, but only if I was willing to listen carefully. And I did listen that day and for the next 5 years. When someone is genuinely wealthy and happy, you pay attention to what they say. LD enough to understand what money means. He said, "Jim, I've only known you a short time, but it's already clear to me that for things to change for you, you've got to change." That wasn't the answer I was hoping for, but it was the truth, and I'm passing it along to you now. For things to change for you, you've got to change. Otherwise, nothing changes. Before I met Mr. Shea, my only strategy was hope. I kept thinking, I sure hope things get better. And then I realized things aren't just going to get better on their own. That was an uncomfortable moment. Think about it. The sun goes down every evening, has for thousands of years. It's not going to stop. If someone panics when it gets dark, it just means they haven't been paying attention. And if someone says they don't like that arrangement, well, that's a complaint for someone far above my level. It gets light, then it gets dark. That's just how it works. Same with the seasons. After fall comes winter, every single year, without fail, for as long as anyone can remember. Some winters are long, some short, some harsh, some mild, but winter always follows fall. That's not going to change. So write down these two phrases before we move on. Life and business are like the changing seasons. That's one of the best ways to understand life. It moves in cycles, just like the seasons. And the second phrase, you can't change the seasons, but you can change yourself. That's how life gets better, not by chance, but by change. I used to have a long list of reasons why things weren't going well for me. I used to have a long list of reasons why things weren't going well for me. The government was at the top, then taxes, then the weather, the traffic, my car, the company I worked for, company policy, the training program, my negative relatives, the economy, the community. Quite a list. One day Mr. Shea looked at me with curiosity and asked, "Jim, why haven't you done well up until now?" I figured I'd run through my list so I wouldn't look too bad. He listened patiently through the whole thing. When I finished, he looked it over and said, "Big problem with your list. You're not on it." That hit me hard. When I went to work for him, I quickly learned to throw that list away. I got a fresh piece of paper and wrote one word on it: me. Here's the philosophy that helped turn my life around. Write this down. It's not what happens that determines the quality of your life. It's what you do. The reason is simple. The same things happen to everybody. The sun went down on all of us last night, yet the same event can happen to two different people, and one ends up rich while the other stays poor. The difference isn't the event, it's the response. Two salesmen wake up to a rainstorm. One looks outside and says, "Nobody can expect me to go out in this." He stays home. The other looks at the same storm and thinks, "Most salespeople will probably stay in today. Great opportunity." Same rain, completely different results. Disappointments aren't special problems reserved for unlucky people. Everyone faces them. The question is what you do about them. So here's the key question for tonight. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do differently? Because if you don't change anything, nothing changes. You can actually predict your next 5 years by looking at your last 5, unless you decide to do something different. Any day you choose, you can begin changing your life. That choice is always yours.